The first service that we're going to talk about is a review of appraisal. Why is it important? Why should we do this? Why should we review the appraisal you got at the time when you get your loan? Mr. Henry Salazar, our office manager, our operation manager, who is also a broker, is going to explain the reason why we need to review your appraisal. Henry?
Okay, thank you. The appraisal is a necessary tool for the lender to find out the value of the property. The appraisal that was utilized from the years of 2003 to 2007, many of them were inflated. And they were inflated to give the borrower additional money. And that also incentivized the lenders to make more money on the back end. So there are several class action lawsuits against several lenders because they inflated the value beyond what it was really worth, which is also a part of loan fraud. So it is very important to find that kind of fraud in the appraisal, and that can only be done by reviewing the original appraisal at the time of the loan that was originated.
The reason we do this is to give us a tool in order to be able to discuss your case from a position of a strength when we discuss it with the bank. We need to let them know what they did and what they did wrong and how we can use that to your benefit. When the bank did the appraisal originally, when you got your loan and the bank did the appraisal, they used the higher amounts, not just to give you a higher loan, but to make the loan look better when they sell the loan to other investors. That helped them to show more profit, that to help them show they have a stronger company, and to help them get more money from the investors. So in effect, they did both the homeowner and the investor a disservice. And what we are alleging is in some points we're actually fraud by doing that. Now, review of the appraisal, let us know exactly what the real appraisal should have been, what the bank did, how much they inflated, and in our discussions with the bank, we use that to your benefit. If we have to file a lawsuit, we also use this in order to show the court why or how the numbers were inflated and how it affected your loan. And based on the bank's appraisal, based on what you thought the bank knew and what the bank did, you thought the value of your home was higher, so you had higher expectations. You spend more money on a house that may not have been worth as much, because let's face it, all of us trusted the banks, and we thought if they're giving us the money based off this appraisal, they know what they're doing. And of course, now we know that's not true. And they knew what they were doing to their own benefit, not for our benefit.
For 1 year was overwhelmingly defeated, even though the 3 presidential candidates supported it. Tonight, Cheryl looks at another practice that is costing people a lot of money, inflating home appraisals. It's a numbers game that's left thousands living in homes that are not worth what they're paying for them. Here's tonight's Follow the Money report.
Home appraisers Pam Crowley and Joyce Potts knew the roof was caving in on the real estate market even during the height of the boom 4 years ago. That's when they noticed their profession being turned on its head. Instead of letting them do their job and figure what a home was worth, bankers and realtors started telling them what dollar number to hit.
The appraiser is not to accept any orders where it's predetermined what the value should be.
Most everyone wants a high appraisal. Buyers pay less cash down. Banks make more money on bigger sales. But it's the appraiser who's supposed to be fiercely independent to keep things honest. But more and more, appraisers have been told that to get hired, they have to guarantee a high appraisal, sight unseen. One lender emails appraisers, "I need at least $210,000. Another writes, "I want to know if we can hit a value of $280,000. Some lenders even send out blatant mass emails, putting appraisers in a bidding war. To 77 appraisers for a home in Arizona, whoever can provide the highest appraisal will receive the deal.
We're blackmailed.
Those who don't play ball lose work.
Whoever can provide the highest will receive the deal. Those that are honest get run out of business.
We didn't have to look far to see the fallout. Joyce Potts took us to this tiny house in disrepair. A mortgage broker was shopping to get a high appraisal. The owners don't want to be identified. What was the number they wanted you to appraise this house at?
Well, it started at 210. Then he says, what about 175? How about 150? Can you get 150?
Potts turned down the job, but while we were there, another appraiser arrived on the case. He decided not to look at the house with us there. Records are confidential, so we don't know if he ended up appraising the property. So many appraisers have felt pressured to give inflated home values. 10,000 of them signed a petition hoping to get federal regulators to act. Now under scrutiny, bankers and lenders are starting to adopt new rules to ensure independent, reliable appraisals.
It's not in a lender's best interest to have an inflated appraisal. To the extent that that was taking place, lenders want to see that corrected.
The changes are too late for many, including Crowley, who's lost her appraisal business, and for people struggling to make inflated payments on a house that's not worth what they owe. Cheryl Atkinson, CBS News, Orlando, Florida.